more importantly, the position of General Nartates and other third-level positions, hindi po nag-agree si DILG Secretary Remulla. As you know, DILG has supervision but no control over the PNP. But as any DILG secretary would tell you, in order for a good working relationship with the PNP is absolutely necessary between the DILG and PNP. Kailangan maganda yung working relationship. So in general, politically, the DILG normally would have a say in the appointment of the chief PNP as well as other third-level positions. So, naging obvious po itong power struggle na ito just recently at nauwi na nga sa ganito. Gayunpaman, maaga pa lang sa termino ni General Torre, nagsasabi na nagpapahiwatig o nagsusumbong na po si DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla about difficulties in dealing with General Torre. So maaga pa lang nabilabog na tayo. Pero kahapon pa natin naririnig ang posibleng relief ni Police General Nicolas Torres. And this marks a rather meteoric rise and fall, no? Kasi parang he was appointed ng late April, I think the 29th of April, and by June 2, he had assumed the position of Police General of the Philippine National Police, making him the Chief PNP. Today is August 26th. So, hindi pa siya umabot ng 3 months. And he has been removed. Bakit? Ito yung mga nakikita natin na posibleng reasons kung bakit na-relieve siya. Unang-una, well, he's had a rather difficult relationship with NAPOLCOM, and shortly after his appointment to the Chief PNP, it slowly developed also a difficult relationship with Secretary John Vic Remulla, give or take a few incidents. So, ayon dun sa unang lumalabas na mga balita, unang lumalabas pa lang ito. Today is the 26th of August 2025. It is 12:46. So ang i-report natin ngayon is what we have, the information that we have as of right now. Okay, nag-umpisa daw ang issue nung ni-reassign ni General Torres si Lieutenant General Nartates, Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. Now si Nartates is supposedly is more senior to General Torre and was reputed to be the one who was supposed to be appointed as Chief PNP at the time that Torre was appointed after the retirement of Police General Marbil. It was Nartates who was supposed to be next in line. So medyo nagulat ang mga tao that General Torre was appointed. Although on the day of his appointment, at an interview, sinabi ni General Torre na in-expect naman daw niya talaga na siya ang magiging Chief PNP. The second highest command, kumbaga, was General Nartates. Nilipat siya ni General Torre sa Western Mindanao. Ang tawag sa law enforcement niyan, tawid dagat, nilayo siya talaga. And this caused some waves. Prinomote din niya si Lieutenant General Bernard Banac doon sa posisyon na na-vacate ni General Nartates. So, ang NAPOLCOM, which is the governing body, also the last say in discipline and so on, reminded General Torre under Resolution 0531, Series of 2025, na ang third level position, yung mga posisyon na nandun sa highest command, ay subject to NAPOLCOM. NAPOLCOM po talaga ang dadaanan yan. And while the Chief PNP can recommend, the President appoints, it is NAPOLCOM who makes the definitive recommendation. So, kailangan ng approval ng komisyon bago umakyat kay Presidente yung mga recommendations for these assignments. So, naging malaking issue ito. Ayon dun sa ilang mga bali-balita sa loob, there was in fact even back and forth na verbal, not directly, kumbaga, General Torre is alleged to have dismissed the NAPOLCOM, and in fact, allegedly said that, may mga binitiw siya ng mga salita that pertain to the security of the positions of people occupying NAPOLCOM, the positions of the people in NAPOLCOM at the time. Kumbaga, may mga bitiw siya ng mga salita na to the effect. Take note, I have no documentary confirmation of this. This is hearsay, kumbaga. But he is alleged to have been dismissive about the NAPOLCOM's power and its recommendation. More importantly, the position of General Nartates and other third-level positions, hindi po nag-agree si DILG Secretary Remulla. As you know, DILG has supervision but no control over the PNP. But as any DILG secretary would tell you, in order for a good working relationship with the PNP is absolutely necessary between the DILG and PNP. Kailangan maganda yung working relationship. So in general, politically, the DILG normally would have a say in the appointment of the chief PNP as well as other third-level positions. So, naging obvious po itong power struggle na ito just recently at nauwi na nga sa ganito. Gayunpaman, maaga pa lang sa termino ni General Torre, nagsasabi na nagpapahiwatig o nagsusumbong na po si DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla about difficulties in dealing with General Torre. Particular na dyan ay syempre yung mga ugong that he seemed to be enjoying the perks of his office too much. Ganun yung description. Masyado siyang, in fact, Politico has a report today saying na to the effect na medyo sobra siya dahil may mga he was seen riding luxury vehicles in his official dealings and so on. So, may mga iba-ibang mga naririnig pa tungkol dyan. Ang description sa kanya ay arrogante at nagdi-disregard ng protocol at masyadong nag-power tripping. Yun yung ito ay mga salita or kwento ng mga tao sa loob. Whether tama yung appreciation nila ng behavior ni General Torre or not, this is what they are saying. Yun, sabi ni Lu Jacinto, grabe yung enturahe niya sa fiesta. Well, to be fair, number one, talagang entitled to security yung chief PNP. This is a sensitive position. Pero the impression that was being given out at the time is medyo sobra. Sandali, ayusin lang natin. Dali lang pa. Nitong late August, dahil sa sobra dahil hindi na po tenable ang relasyon with the between the DILG and the PNP, pumasok na po ang Malacanang at this point pinatawag it wasn't yesterday, a few days ago actually ni-report namin sa Luminous, pinatawag si General Torre ng Malacanang dahil sa di umanong mga binitiw niyang salita sa mga miyembro ng NAPOLCOM. Bukod sa pagdi-disregard niya sa recommendation at doon sa mga paalala ng NAPOLCOM, he asserted na mas powerful siya kaysa doon sa mga miyembro na ito. Pinatawag siya ng Malacanang with a terse message. Ayon sa mga insiders, sabi ng Malacanang, pumunta ka dito, huwag kang magsama ng kahit sino. Meaning you come alone. So that was not good news. Pinatawag siya sa Malacanang a few days ago, tapos once he was there, napagalitan ng bongga. Yun. So, and I think by that time, he was also informed of the possibility of his relief. Okay. Pag-usapan natin later on kung anong ibig sabihin ng relief. So, hindi na-resolve yung issue and si General Torre, although quiet in the past few days, it did not look good for him. And nag-end up nga na kahapon, gumawa na ng memo si E.S. Bersamin. Now, any insider will be able to tell you na by the time lumalabas ang isang memo, tapos na yung decision, and it means that all efforts to dissuade Malacanang had already failed. So, maliwanag yung in-issue ni Secretary ni E.S. Bersamin, in-inform siya na relieved siya at in-inform siya na agaran dapat ang turnover, effective immediately. sa madaling sabi. Is this a termination? Not necessarily. He is not fired, but he is relieved, meaning he has to vacate the position of Chief PNP. There is nowhere to go. So the best that he can hope for is for him to accept a demotion, which is unlikely, nor I don't believe that it might even be considered legal. Or he resigns, or he stays, or he simply and then is floated around. Katulad ito ng naging issue sa AFP dati, the two persons cannot be four-star generals. Remember, early on in the Marcos administration. So they had to wait before the CSAFP could become a four-star. Okay. So, may mga nagsabi na posibleng ma-appoint to the NBI si General Torre. We are not sure about that one, but of course it is natural for people to assume that because the position is vacant. Lie down. Down, sir. Lie down. Okay. Go home. Go home. Come on, go home. Go home. You want to go home? You want to go home? Okay. Lie down. Stay down. Stay down. There you go. Okay. So, of course, the position of NBI director would put him under another Remulla, DOJ Secretary Boying Remulla. So, if this has been the result of a problematic working relationship with DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla, we are not sure if it will be an easier trip for him or an easier ride for him under another Remulla. Okay. Sabi ni Peter Torres, I think it's a battle between PMAers and PNPAers. It's possible that might be one of the aspects of it. Pero ang tingin ko, it's primarily talaga, there was active participation. There appears to be active participation on the part of DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla in the removal or the relief of General Torre. Okay. Is it possible to be appointed NBI as he's not a lawyer? No. He has to be a lawyer. Although there is a precedent, si General Waikopo was the most recent example where an NBI director who there was an appointee of a NBI director who wasn't a lawyer, but I think the new law now prevents that. I don't think PMA versus PNPA is an issue. Wala naman natitirang PMA sa police. Overpowered naman na. Nartates. General Nartates is class 92, kung di tayo nagkakamali. Tama ba yun? So, pero mukhang nagkakaisa po ang mga sources na nagsasabing one of the main reasons sa pagpapa-relieve kay General Torre is supposedly attitude or supposedly primarily attitude, which resulted in a problematic working relationship with the DILG Secretary Remulla. Of course not. Wag naman po, yung mga tanong na please keep it reasonable. Yung mga nagsasabi, Ombudsman, DOJ Secretary, and so on, na NBI Director, na supposedly kino-consider for Torre, are close to impossible, or actually impossible. An ombudsman needs to have been a practicing lawyer or judge. Okay, so General Torre is not a member of the bar. Okay? Nor can he be a DOJ secretary if he has no working knowledge of the judicial system, even if he does have experience dealing with it. Bukod pa dyan, hindi rin siya pwedeng ang NBI director kasi requirement na po na maging abogado. So, why one of the things na lumilitaw talaga is that yung pag-a-appoint sa kanya bilang Chief PNP was already not a very wise decision. Kasi nagmukha talagang ni-reward siya sa ginawa niya kay PRD at saka kay Pastor Quiboloy, among others. Okay? Tapos yung mga komento niya going after supporters of Vice President Inday and other officials who are not pro-administration also was problematic. is problematic even to this day. So it was shortly after he was appointed that it became evident that he may have risen too far and too fast up the ladder. There is a reason why yung mga career officials pass through many positions before achieving the highest one is so that they have a better view. Also, mas sanay sila sa pag-handle ng power. Now, si General Torre is yung experience dito. What we see, itong mga pangyayaring ito, nakikita natin, this is like a cautionary tale. Ibig sabihin, kailangan matuto ang ilang mga appointees tungkol dito. Too far, too fast, too soon is not a good look. It's not a good, kumbaga, even though it holds a lot of power, even if you can command people, your relief is also indicative that you just turned off too many of the wrong people. Now, it is possible sa mga instances na ganito na there is a relief or a resignation, whether there was cause or not, politically expedient for the appointing authority, for President Marcos, it is politically expedient for him to appoint General Torre to another position. Okay? Bakit may mga lumalabas na i-appoint siya sa ibang posisyon? Mahalaga ito because although gusto nilang tanggalin siya dyan sa position ng Chief PNP, they also do not want him to become an enemy. Okay? This is politics. I-appoint yan or o-offeran siya, and they will try to soften the blow by giving him whatever other benefits or maybe guaranteeing some kind of immunity. Hindi siya masyadong matamaan ng mga kaso and so on. This would be part of the package para hindi siya maging kalaban. Ngayon, nakita na natin na natuto ang Malacanang kung yan po ang dahilan. Kasi if you remove a person who has held a position of power and has made a lot of connections as a result of their position, this is not somebody you want as a major enemy. Lalong-lalo na kung in an administration that is quite shaky. Ay, shucks. So, Secretary Remulla has also been trying to soften the blow. During his press briefing this morning, sinabi niya na the decision for President Marcos to order the relief of Chief PNP Torre was difficult but necessary. Hindi niya sinasabi exactly kung bakit. Sabi ni Sec Remulla, kailangan daw yung national security apparatus must always operate within the bounds of the law or the framework of the law. Ito ay parinig. Okay? Ibig sabihin, talagang ina-affirm ni Secretary Remulla now the main reason for the relief of General Torre is this disagreement with NAPOLCOM. Sabi ni Sec Remulla, President Marcos was presented with the facts and he determined that the best course of action is to uphold the role of the NAPOLCOM. Sa madaling sabi, although napagsabihan na nga ni-reverse kasi ng NAPOLCOM yung assignments na binigay ni General Torre for the top tier officials of the PNP. So, in-uphold ni President Marcos yung decision ng NAPOLCOM but ordered the relief of Torre because Torre, ang parinig ni Sec Remulla dito is that Torre's appointment, yung pagtapon, kumbaga, kay General Nartates to Mindanao and the appointment of somebody else to the second highest position of the PNP is not within the law. It is not within the power of the Chief PNP to do that. So medyo, kumbaga, this underscores the power structure. Parang paalala ito. Kung sa tingin ninyo, nakaabot kayo sa mataas na posisyon, huwag niyong kakalimutan na may mas mataas pa sa inyo at iba ang appointing authority. Iba din ang mga alter egos. So, Sec Remulla is the alter ego of the president and therefore, his decision or his choices for certain positions should have been given much more weight and it should have been considered by the Chief PNP. In other words, the Chief PNP cannot disregard NAPOLCOM or the DILG secretary in making decisions about positions, particularly for the third tier or yung highest positions in the hierarchy of the PNP. So, diplomatically, Secretary Remulla says, pinasalamatan naman daw ni Presidente Marcos sa serbisyo niya si General Torre, at si Presidente Marcos din daw po ang namili kay General Nartates para umupo bilang PNP chief. Lumabas na po ang appointment ni General Nartates, ganun po kabilis. So ulitin ko para dun sa mga paulit-ulit na katanungan. For positions of DOJ Secretary, NBI Director, Ombudsman, and Ombudsman, hindi po pwedeng ma-appoint si General Torre doon because he is not a member of the bar. Ayun, sabi ni Sir Attorney Jonathan, sabi niya nung May 17, convoy, 7 daw ang vehicles ng kanyang convoy nung pumunta siya sa Tugigaraw Fiesta. So yun, nag-oath taking na nga po. Thank you very much. Sabi ni Ross Ses. May kakatapos lang daw po ng oath taking ni General Nartates. Can you see kung ganong kabilis? Kakalabas lang ng relief ni General Torre and immediately in-appoint na si General Nartates, nakapag-oath taking na right away. This is a strong message. Ganito yan. Because the administration is also feeling the effects of the repeated accusations that the leadership is weak, it is necessary for them to show that they are strong. So this is another instance where they are trying to project strength. Matigas ang ulo mo. Si Baka and your replacement is placed immediately. It allegedly projects that the president is decisive and is not weak. Lumalabas na rin po ang mga reaksyon ng ilang mga tao, notably si Congresswoman Laila De Luna has expressed dismay at the relief of General Torre, calling him a very popular, much appreciated, and high-performing chief. Mina-expect natin na may mga sumusunod na mga expressions din na ganito from the party most benefited from his appointment or from the things that he has done. So yung mga nagdiwang, yung mga tuwang-tuwa doon sa ginawa kay former President Duterte at kay Pastor Quiboloy, sila po ngayon ang nagtatanong kung bakit nangyari ito sa isang popular daw at appreciated na Chief PNP. Expected po ito at expected din po na yung mga tuwang-tuwa sa appointment ni by now former Chief PNP ay medyo masama ang loob. Sabi ni Topsy, para sa akin it doesn't show strength. Wait, hindi ko sinabi that it shows strength. Ang sinabi ko, ito ang paraan para salagin yung mga sinasabing weak siya. Pero kaya nasasabing weak si Pangulo is because ang dami niyang unang-una, delayed reactions. Number 2, ang dami niyang kapabayaan. Number 3, hindi niya nakokontrol yung mga tao whose power is derived from him. Number 4, he seems to have no control over what happens in the DPWH. So please don't get me wrong and do not put words into my mouth. That's so unsanitary. We in fact said that this is what they think shows strength. Ito ang kanilang PR response also. Okay? So hindi ko sinabing hindi yan, that this is an actual show of strength. If relieved, is he still a member of the PNP and in what capacity? Well, clearly he is no longer the chief, but he will retain his rank, which makes it problematic. So is it possible that he will be demoted? Yes, that's possible, but that will be subject to his acceptance of that demotion. He can resign also. In fact, there's a possibility na hinihingan siya ng resignation. Sabi ni Pedi, sa kawalan ng tiwala namin sa admin na ito, sa isip namin panglihis lang to sa leasing issue na normal. Sinabi ko bang hindi? Ang sinasabi ko dito, ang reaction ko is, hindi ko sinasabing nagmumukhang malakas siya. Ang sinasabi ko, ginagawa nila ito para salagin yung impression na mahina ang presidente. Hindi naman namin sinasabing hindi ito panglihis sa flood control, pero ako ang tingin ko hindi masyado. It is a fortunate possible result of that. Pero ang purpose nito talaga is that yung alitan sa pagitan ni former Chief PNP, ni DILG Secretary Remulla and whoever it is that Remulla derives his power from in Malacanang. Posible na epekto ito Pero wag naman natin sabihin yung mga ginawa nila ito sa Chief PNP para ilihis yung issue that cannot be the main reason. Kasi hindi yan matutuloy kung yan lang, kung ganyan lang. At matagal na po yung ugong tungkol dito. By saying na panglilihis lang ito sa flood control, also ignores the bigger problem of a weak president trying to look strong. Hindi po. Tinatanong ni Alvin, ito ba ay paraan para pag-iwas kay Torres sa mga future liabilities o paraan para makakalimutan na ng taong mga nagawa niya? Ang kanyang relief ay hindi siya magkakaroon ng immunity sa kanyang mga ginawa. On the contrary, kung kakasuhan siya, maaaring kasuhan pa siya lalo ngayon because he does not have the natural shield of his office. Early retirement daw. Malaki ang possibility noon. So, i-retire siya. Double check ko, pero I think na yun na ngayon. Sabi ni Gallows, this just shows that Torres' meteoric rise was only riding on the graces of BBM. Wala siyang charisma or rapport with other generals and their selection board. He should have played the game. I don't think he knows how. Kasi nga, ang reason sa kanyang pag-appoint ay yung pagiging attack dog. Kumbaga, yun ang sinasabi, yun yung words na ginagamit. I don't know if I would use that myself, pero yung kanyang dedication to doing difficult and shady, possibly shady operations, yan po ang primary reason kung bakit siya na-appoint. There was no time to learn the game. Could you tell me, Ma'am Nora, saan nanggagaling yung comment? Kasi sinasabi niya, I'm not into Marcos talaga. Sorry po, mamatay po akong Duterte supporter and I'm proud Mindanaoan. Mayroon ba kaming binigay na impression na may pro-Marcos dito? Sabi ni Topsy, sana bumaliktad si Torre and spread lahat ng info na alam niya, lalo na sa kidnapping ni PRD to the Hague. At kung may alam pa siya na mga impeachment grounds para kay Junior, magsalita na siya. Do you think that he can be trusted even if he does that? Sabi ni Val's opinion, may friction na si Torre at si SLG nung nabansagan si Torre na pitbull. Like a dog, gagawin kung ano ang inutos ng master. Sabi ni Lynn, sa palagay ko, merong pressure mula sa PNP ranks na Polcom at DILG na tanggalin siya kaysa mawala ang loyalty ng mga institusyon sa presidente. May loyalty pa ba sa mga institusyon? Sumusunod sila sa utos. But loyalty is another thing altogether. Pero posible. Sabi ni Sir Jonathan, guys, make a better argument before posting anything on this. Okay lang yun. Due diligence naman sa pagre-research ng simple requirements sa government position. Sabi ni Mel, sa tingin ko dalawa lang ang rason, kudeta or take out Torre. Wala akong evidence of an uprising. Wala po akong nakikitang ganon. Sabi ni Alvin, di rin po kaya ito parte ng plano o kasunduan na gagawin nila lahat according to plans kapalit ng all promotions at aalisin siya agad for the Philippines to forget bago mag-eleksyon uli. Ano? Bakit ang tingin ninyo ganun sila kalawak ng view? Bakit ang tingin ninyo masyado silang matalinong ganyan? Ito sinasabi ko na sa inyo, the only long-term plan of the Marcos administration is the taking down of Sara Duterte. Yun lang so far. The taking down of the Dutertes. Yung mga ganyang ka-complicated, tapos sarili nilang tao, hindi ko alam. Wala akong ebidensya of that. Maybe he was relieved because he will be designated into another government position. In the middle of his term, he had a year to go. This is an embarrassment. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it. Huwag niyong iisipin na they were planning something better for him. No, this is an embarrassment. Basically, he is fired. They did not even give him the opportunity to resign or to retire on his own. He was relieved of his position. So let's not sugarcoat this. This is a firing. Okay, once and for all, the theory of diversions will only work, okay, if the diversion is far more important than this one. If the blowback can be managed on either one. Can you imagine the blowback in removing somebody who you made this powerful? Okay? If it's only for diversion, hindi po commensurate. It is too big, too unmanageable kung yun ang purpose. Besides, nakakalimutan nyo ba ang flood control? Magkakaroon ng Senate hearing kung today ba or ano? Very, very soon. So, the theory of diversion is just not workable. It is not plausible. Kasi nagsa-Senate hearing pa nga, mag-hearing lang, babalik na yan. So what is the point in diverting kung mababalik ang atensyon ng mga tao, gawa nga ng ginagawa ng Senado? Please, let's not get distracted by things like that. Diversion is something that you need to manage. Hindi yan yung basta, ay, nakalimutan lang natin, automatically, it was a planned diversion. Think, please, we are more sophisticated than that. Okay, may nagsabi na parang inaaway ko daw kayo. So maybe he is right. In which case, I think we should cut this short. Maraming salamat na po para sa ano, kasi may nang-aakusa na umiinit daw ang ulo ko at parang nang-aaway lang talaga ako sa mga viewers ko. Sinibak po daw siya dahil feeling president, sabi ni Rowan. Okay, i-wrap up na natin yan. Correct. Sabi ni Alan, tama itong sinasabi ni Alan. Paano yan? Magiging 4-star sa PNP. Kailangan nga niya mag-resign or retire. Sabi ni AJ, sino po yung isang pulis na pinalit ni Torre kay Nartate po? Supposedly si Jean Fajardo. Hindi po. Dala. Napin ko lang yun. Bakit nawala yung post ko? Ayun. Si General Bernard Manac po. Which position would it be possible para kay Torre para ma-shield pa rin siya sa ginagawa niya? Wala po. He cannot be shielded unless he is appointed to a position where you can only be removed by impeachment. So, kunwari, ombudsman, hindi siya pwede sa ombudsman, hindi siya abogado. Sabi ni Plantitas, trendy shop. Katawa-tawa na ang Pilipinas, dagdag pa ni Torre, buti na lang tanggal na. Sabi ni Ma'am BM, newbie po ata yun, masyadong snowflake. Kinumpara pa ako kina Attorney Libaya na hindi ko naman kaaway. No, seriously. Kasi napapagkamalan yung emphasis as anger. So hindi ko nagigets, ano ba talaga, kalmado ba ako o galit? With his relief in his case ng illegal detention, pwedeng umusbong. Pwede naman umusbong kahit chief PNP siya. Hindi po, okay. But I understand what you're saying. Ang sinasabi ninyo is kasi nga, syempre he was occupying a position of power, posibleng hindi umusbong. Pero ang point ko is this, hindi naman siya naantala just because he was chief PNP. So yes, tutuloy yan. Or dapat tumuloy yan. Depende kung sino magiging ombudsman, di ba? Hindi po siya pwedeng chief NBI. Hindi siya abogado. Okay, pakiulit lang po ha, para dun sa mga katanungan na nasagot na, para dun sa mga bagong dating, tulungan nyo naman po sila at sabihin niyo yung mga nasagot natin earlier. Sabi ni, Wanyayat pwede na tayo magdiwang sa pag-kick sa, kumbaga, pwede tayong magdiwang na wala na siya sa PNP. Let's see what happens after. Ako kasi I'm always suspicious of this administration. So gets ko na politika din itong si Torre kasi dahil sa sarili niyang mga galaw. Pero yung mga ginawa ba nila ito for any higher purpose? Hindi. So, tignan natin. Sabi ni Jacques, I bet he feels stupid now being a loyal dog. Yes. May pag nakulong, posibleng makulong siya? Depende sa kaso. Wala naman siyang immunity. Okay, ulitin ko ha. Hindi immune ang Chief PNP from any cases. Okay? Hindi po siya yung movable by impeachment only. Hindi. Ang Chief PNP also at the pleasure of the President yan. Tinatanong ni Aris, hindi ba dapat pinapaliwanag ito for transparency at tiwala sa institusyon? Ginawa na nga po ni Secretary Remulla, nag-press con na po siya at tinalakay po natin dito. Sabi ni Ma'am Arlene, how do you feel about the incoming chief po? I don't trust anybody appointed by President Marcos. Ganun lang po yun. I do not trust any person appointed by President Marcos who is still in position. Okay? I do not trust anybody he will appoint. I do not trust any person who he will get to work with him. I do not trust anybody who works with his cousin or his wife. At hindi dapat pinagkakatiwalaan ang mga yan. Sabi rin naman ng saligang batas the reason mayroon tayong karapatan magsalita at magpahayag ay bunga nga ng hindi dapat natin pinagkakatiwalaan ang mga taong ginagawaran natin ng napakalaking power. Sabi ni Gilly Post, louder para sa mga binging pula at kakampi. Oo nga, yung mga dating dilaw or mga current na din, hindi man dating dilaw siguro, pero yung mga current na dilaw, hindi ba kayo namomoral dilemma niyan sa pagkakampi ninyo sa Marcos administration? Kayo dyan yung galit na galit nung tumakbo siya, galit na galit nung nanalo siya, tapos nakita nyo lang na nilabanan si VP Inday, suddenly kakampi nyo na ang Marcos? O ano na nangyari sa mga diktador tuta na sinisigaw ninyo nun? Sabi ni Floren, Torre did not see it coming but he should have had an idea before. Yung mga Duterte nga tinulungan na maging presidente si BBM, ganyan pag ginawa sa kanya. Siya pa kaya. Sabi ni Nick, ni Nick Marks, I don't think PBBM talaga nagpapatakbo sa bansa. Hindi siya assertive. Or kung nag-a-assert siya, yung alam niyo yun, yung parang pakitang tao. Sabi ni The Great, kampi na nila ang mga Marcos kasi baka sila din nag-initan. Play safe mga kakamping at yellow. Ang haba kasi dyan. Sige, recap ang gusto ninyo. O sige, recap tayo. Hindi, tama yung pag-suggest niya kasi nga may mga late na dumating. Alright. Pero kasi nakakaubos ng boses dun sa paulit-ulit. Alam nyo, kaya ito yung reason, sabihin ko lang to, ito yung reason na posibleng mag-diminish na yung mga live namin kasi it's the trolls Kumbaga, yung mga ganyan, yung mga ba't kagalit o yung hindi sa naiinis ako sa trolls or anything like that. Pero nakakaaksaya ng oras. Imbis na mas marami ang matalakay, paulit-ulit yung mga kasagutan, tapos may hihirit pa ng ganyan. Inaaway mo yung followers mo Parang ganon. So wait, ako lang ba ang pinapanood ninyo? Hindi nyo ba napapanood ang ibang mga vloggers? Hindi nyo ba naririnig yung mga mas masakit na mga salita nila? Hindi ba kayo o gusto ninyo na walang defenses dito, tanggapin ko na lang lahat? Diba? Hindi ko nagigets yun. So, it's possible na siguro in a few weeks, magsa-start na kami na videos na lang. imbis na puro live. Kasi nga, may mga ganyan. Hindi mawawala yung mga live, pero mawawala na yung opportunity para sa mga paulit-ulit na katanungan.